Different, but as much the same as we could manage. Brightly, though, amid the struggle for footing, black colleges offered a varied system, imperfect but assiduous. So when Charlie marveled at all those bright smiles, he understood that those smiles didn't directly amount to happiness. Those smiles, with all their luster and irony, were the same ones that carried their forefathers through centuries of horrors, teetering on a nearness to both jubilation and madness in equal measure. The only thing keeping Charlie from smiling along with them, pursing his lips just to stop himself, was the conflict. More specifically, what he'd come to know as the conflict of his own darkness. Charlie stood up and wandered the edges of campus, watching without engaging. In this new world, he could figure neither where nor how he fit. Charlie had conflict in his heart before the event, before prison, all the way back to when he first learned to define himself by the language in the eyes of others, quick to articulate their bias. Ubiquitous enough for him to question the rationality of his very existence. The conflict of Charlie's darkness could only be resolved in the way any black man sees himself, that insoluble calculus. Does he see himself from within, as a divine composite of the joys, fears, hopes, and passions that make up any human being? Or does he see himself through the eyes of the world and how it reacted to him? His darkness was as elementary a question as it was existential. Who was he? Charlie first read the dictionary definition of black in prison. The absence of light, to be soiled, wicked, devoid of the moral quality of goodness, evil. He didn't believe these things about himself, yet the results of his life said otherwise. Indeed, he loved to laugh. It rolled through him when he offered kindness to others. He relished the smells of his mother's stew and cut grass and the ocean. And on those nights when he stayed up late fixing people's broken things, he felt as bright as any star in the sky. Still, he had no answer for whether his darkness made him evil, cruel, wretched. Was he those things before he was even born? Or was it after he made the mistake of believing himself otherwise? The very question mutated his darkness into a deeply embedded self-hatred, a bitterness that too often steeped into fury. And he believed bitterness would have remained in him forever. But then all those people killed themselves, and all Charlie felt was relief. Only a dark man could see such a horrible thing and feel what he felt. Too dark to be good, too dark to be redeemed. Charlie wandered until the sun cascaded from orange to pink to lilac. When evening arrived, violet all around him, he felt that longing for tight walls of which his big house could not provide. Instead, Charlie ambled back across the campus to his office, a place small enough to confine the hum of his thoughts. He kept spare clothes and a cot under his desk. Wood panelings lined the walls, making any light at all flush gold. The office did have a large window looking out over the yard, but he rarely disturbed the blinds from their dusty shut lashes. Inside, he had a landline phone, shelves and shelves of books, a record player with a couple of LPs, and a few bottles of whiskey. He'd been trying to drink more scotch, if only to feel a bit more refined in his drunkenness, but kept a cheap Kentucky bourbon within reach. He shut the door behind him, locked it, and drank wild turkey straight from the bottle until the laughter and music died outside, and all he could hear was the wind talk through the trees. He lay on the silence as warm as a blanket, and drank, yawning and slipping in and out of sleep, in and out of the past, in and out of who he was becoming, in and out of rising to the potential of this new world and putting a bullet in his head. And he might have gone searching for a gun, but the phone rang. Hello, he answered, as a matter of course. Charlie Brunton's office. Still adrift, the living silence on the other end sat Charlie up. A moment passed, giving him space to realize his own formality, the late hour, and the question as to who would even think to call him at all. He heard breathing on the other end, the fright of the old world tightening his etiquette. Hello, this is Charles Brunton. How can I help you? Yeah, the voice paused. How can you? A woman's voice, young, cautious, seeming to reveal itself out of that dark silence as a mouth. Sorry? Who is this? Silence swelled into a weight Charlie couldn't see. Hello? Who is this? He repeated. I'm... The voice, he sensed, paused again, not just for emphasis, but to gather strength to speak at all. I'm Elizabeth's daughter. Elizabeth. The name was a ghost against his skin. In his nose, inexplicably, he smelled lavender. And how his heart pounded when he realized what the voice had said. He echoed the word absently, though purposely not as a question. Only the breathing silence responded. Then, I guess I could hang up right now, and maybe we'd be even. He listened to her voice, the music of it. So familiar. So impossible. Well, shit. I didn't believe this world had any surprises left to give. Again, the breathing silence. I think this was a mistake, she said, finally. I don't know why I called you. Just wait. The darkness inside him appealed to keeping the voice on the line. Charlie had let go of so many things since before the event. So much of himself. In his office, shoved deep in the back of a filing cabinet, were the items he carried out of prison. Specifically, a letter written in Elizabeth's hand, still in its plastic bag, that told the story of her daughter. Their daughter. And he'd let that go too. You call for a reason. To say something or to ask something. Whatever it is, ain't no sense in holding on to it. They all left. Just like you. They left me.